So often when designing websites, you need to create images, or rather edit images, so they meet your purposes. So I wanted to go over a little bit with Google Images and with Pixlr X. Pretty handy tools for web design. So let's say I'm creating a website about cats, and I go in here and search on Google. They've changed some of their search things, and so it's not as user-friendly in my mind as it used to be. There's a tools button here, and used to, we could go in and set sizes. Well, they've taken that away, so now it says any size, large, medium, and icon. Well, let's say I know I want to use this for a bullet or something small. Well, I could go in here now and say image size, all one word, all lowercase with a colon and no space bar in here anywhere, and then a size, and you just type in dimensions. So let's say 100 times 100. If I hit enter, now I'll get cats that are 100 by 100. You can go further and tell it you want, say, clip arts. So now I'm getting clip art cats that are 100 by 100. So let's say this one's a good one maybe for a bullet. There we go. But it's still a little bit too big. So I'm going to take this link, oops, which I just copied, and go to Pixlr. And you can load an image through the link. So I'm going to paste the link in here and hit open, and there it is. On a good note, this picture already has a transparent background, so all I really need to do is resize it and save it back as a transparent image. In Pixlr, the resize button is under the very first icon, which is the arrange. It's right here, resize image. So generally speaking, on a website, I try to keep my bullets around 25 pixels. So we'd say 25 in here. It will maintain the proportions and hit apply. And then you get your little bitty icon, hit save. When that comes up to save, it'll look blurry because it always zooms up on it. And then you would give it a name. As I always say in class, all lowercase, all one word, cat bull for cat bullet, PNG because it's transparent. And then you can download it to the computer. And in my class, we use REPL. So we would drag it from the computer into our REPL images folder. So there we go. That's one example. I'll back up here. But let's say that, well, I'll take the image size off and we'll just have calico cats. Oops. I'm typing all kinds of things in here now. Calico cat images. And this picture here is 600 by 400. And if I click on it, it gets big. Oh, by the way, in case you're wondering why my pictures automatically get big, I have a Google Chrome extension that bypasses Google Images. So it doesn't open all my stuff in a different window. Most of the time, I guess if I turn it off, you can see it. I'll turn it off. So if I turn off bypass, it does this thing where it opens in another screen. I don't like that because I like to just go straight to the images. So I have, it looks like a sumo wrestler, but it's Google Images, and it bypasses it, and then it just goes straight to the big picture. So anyway, there you go. New fun thing. I'm going to copy this one and again go to Pixlr. Now, here's how Pixlr gets a little bit funky. If I go back in here and if I try to load a URL again, it's going to load it on top of the other picture. See how the little bullets in here and the big picture did not come in big. It's like crammed on there. Yeah, it's just something Pixlr does. So you have to hit this X, and Pixlr doesn't let you save in Pixlr. This is like kind of a temporary file, I guess you might say. So you're going to have to hit the X here to get that out of there. And then, of course, you can load your new image. So just a little fun fact. All right, so other than resize in here, which of course I just went over, there is a crop button. So if you needed to crop the picture down a little bit, you could crop it. There's under crop, there is a flip, so you can flip it. There is a cutout, which wouldn't work very well for this one, but if you had a picture that was on a black background or on a white background and you wanted to get rid of that, you would be able to click here and use the magic cutout to remove. And it works kind of like in Photoshop how a magic wand works. But you can use that to cut pictures out. And then you've got all kinds of adjustments. You can adjust the vibrance of the picture to make it brighter, make the colors brighter. You can go in here and add a vignette effect where it's black around the edges. There's just a ton of things. They have a bunch of categories of filters that you can put on. Some weird funky stuff too. Retouching if you're trying to fix like acne or freckles or something. Paintbrush you can draw on it. Text so you can add words. Elements like borders, so you can add a border on the edges of it. Something like that. But yeah, lots of different options in there. And you can add additional images on top of those images, just like I showed you with adding through URL. So anyway, that's just a quick rundown of Pixlr. In my classroom, it is helpful a lot of times for students to know how to resize a picture, or if they just want to simply add text or border, a vignette effect, something simple.